Hello, what's up guys? It's Mattia here, and this is the first video of a series that I'm gonna do about crowdfunding campaign. For the ones who don't know me, in the past year I've been coaching hundreds of campaign owners on how to run a successful crowdfunding campaign for their project. Back to 2016, with Solenica startup where I'm co-founder, we managed to raise more than $600,000 on Indiegogo. And thanks to that experience, I'm now coaching other campaign owners with the same goal, launching a successful crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. One important thing that I want to highlight is something that I always tell to my students is launching a crowdfunding campaign. It's not only a matter of creating a campaign page, and actually that is gonna be the very last step. So the campaign page and the all related materials are the very last steps to take. The most important thing is running a proper pre-launch phase where we are gonna build a solid community of people interested in my project to convert in pre-orders when the campaign is gonna be live. That is gonna be so important. And in this video, we are gonna see a little step of this kind of phase. The first step that we are gonna face during this video is doing a proper market research to analyze the market of our industry in crowdfunding. Seeing basically different kind of campaign owners, what they've done with their project, how much did they raise, and so on. So let's dive in that. So a market research is important mainly for three reasons. The first one is because we are gonna see if our project is gonna be feasible for crowdfunding campaign environment. Second, we are gonna have a clear clue of how much potentially we could raise. And third thing, we are gonna be able to understand more or less what could be the price that we could ask over the campaign. How can we run that? Let's say that we are building a so innovative and fancy new kind of kitchen knife. What we're gonna do is going on Kickstarter and Indiegogo and start looking for similar campaigns. So we are gonna type in like kitchen knife or just knife, and we're gonna filter the results by the most funded campaigns. So we're gonna do that on Kickstarter and Indiegogo both, and we're gonna start reporting only the top funded. At least I would focus the attention on the campaign that raised $100,000 at least, and we're gonna select more or less 10 up to 20 campaigns similar to our project, and then we're gonna start reporting in a spreadsheet this following information, such as the title of the campaign, description of the campaign, amount raised, number of backers, and then in a separate column we are gonna divide the amount that each campaign raised by the number of the backers that they collected. In this way we're gonna be able to find out the average amount backed by the backers of those campaigns for each of them. And that is gonna be so important for us, because thanks to this information we're gonna be able to have a clear idea as well on how much we could ask, which kind of price tiers we could set up for our crowdfunding campaign. So reporting this kind of information is gonna give us like important kind of feedback. First thing, as I was telling you, about how much our project is feasible for a crowdfunding environment. So if I'm doing something that I'm not gonna be able to find out so easily on crowdfunding, or for example there are not so many campaigns successfully funded in that particular kind of industry, probably my project is not so feasible for a crowdfunding environment. But if we are gonna be able to find those, we're gonna start reporting and gathering all the major information that we can find out about them. And that is gonna give us a big kind of feedback that probably that is the way that we want to proceed with our project. And the rest of the information, for example, how much they raised and the average amount backed or the number of backers, are gonna give us are gonna be so valuable for us, because they're gonna tell us how much can we raise potentially with our crowdfunding campaign project. And that is gonna be so important for us to have in our mind a fixed goal that we could aim to. And especially the number of backers and the average amount backed is gonna be important, as I was telling you before, to understand how much we could set up our tiers price, for example, right? So if we are gonna be able to see if doing this kind of research, and we are gonna be able to see that in the average of those similar campaigns to my project, the average amount backed is something around $100. I could set up like my main reward at $100 or even lower, right? But I don't suggest you to get lower to that, because there is the possibility to get more because you are already seeing that. Okay, it's gonna be also important reporting the title and description, just part of the description, like some notes about that, because it's important also noticing the wording that these campaigns are using to talk to the backers, because maybe you could get some inspiration for your project as well. Okay. Say that in order to run an effective pre-launch phase, you need to take care of 3 major steps. And I've created a free ebook about it. So if you didn't download that yet, click on the link below this video and grab your copy. For the ones that are already downloaded, or for the people that are gonna do that now, I have also a surprise for you, a second gift that are gonna be there in the following page after the email submission. So for the ones who are already downloaded, just resubmit the email contact, and then on the following page you're gonna find out the special gift. This gift is gonna be related to the topic of today. So spreadsheet, market research. It's gonna be like a pretty good surprise, something that could be really useful for all of you that are interested in doing this pre-launch phase and launch this project in the most effective way. Okay, so hope that all this stuff was useful for you, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.